Have you ever wondered what it takes to stand up against an entire nation, against false beliefs, and to prove the power of the one true God? Today, we're diving into the astonishing story of Elijah and the prophets of Baal, a tale of faith, courage, and an unforgettable showdown that will leave you speechless. Stay with us, because what happens next is nothing short of miraculous. Elijah, a prophet of the Lord, stood alone on Mount Carmel, facing 450 prophets of Baal. The land was in turmoil, suffering from a severe drought. Why had God withheld rain? The people had turned away from him, worshipping Baal, a false god. Elijah had a bold challenge. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him, but if Baal is God, follow him. The stakes were high, but Elijah wasn't afraid. He knew God had a plan.
I alone am left as a prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets are 450 men. Let them give us 2 bulls. Let them choose one for themselves, cut it into pieces, and lay it on the wood, but put no fire under it. I will prepare the other bull and lay it on the wood, but put no fire under it. Then you call on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of the Lord, the God who answers by fire. He is God.
Did Elijah just challenge 450 prophets to a duel of divine fire? Yes, he did. And why? Because Elijah knew something that no one else there believed, that God is real, alive and powerful beyond measure. The prophets of Baal danced, shouted, and even slashed themselves with swords and spears, desperate for their God to answer. But there was only silence. No voice, no one answered, no one paid attention. Why? Because Baal was a false god, powerless, a creation of human imagination. Have you ever felt like your prayers were going unheard? The prophets of Baal did, but they were praying to something that couldn't answer. Elijah watched, knowing their cries were in vain. And then Elijah did something unbelievable. He took 12 stones, one for each tribe of Israel, and built an altar to the Lord. But he didn't stop there. He dug a trench around it, large enough to hold gallons of water. And he did the unthinkable. He ordered that the altar be drenched with water, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Why would he do that? Isn't water the enemy of fire? Elijah wanted to make sure there was no doubt, no trickery, no deception. What was about to happen would be the undeniable power of God.
Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant and have done all these things at your command. Answer me, Lord, answer me, so these people will know that you, Lord, are God, and that you are turning their hearts back again.
And then, in an instant, the unimaginable happened. A fire fell from heaven. Not just any fire, God's fire. It consumed the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and even the water in the trench. Have you ever seen fire consume water? This was no ordinary fire. It was a fire that left no room for doubt, no place for unbelief. The Lord, He is God. The Lord, He is God. The people fell on their faces, overwhelmed by what they had witnessed. A miracle so powerful, so undeniable, it turned the hearts of a nation back to the one true God. Elijah's faith, his courage, and his unwavering belief in God's power had prevailed. The false prophets were defeated, and God's glory was revealed. And then, as if to seal the victory, the rains came. God's mercy poured down, quenching the thirst of the land and the souls of his people. Have you ever witnessed a miracle like that? When everything seemed lost, when hope was gone, God showed up in a way no one expected. What can we learn from Elijah's story today? That no matter the odds, no matter how alone we feel, God is with us. His power is real, and His love is boundless. So, what about you? Are you ready to see God's power in your life? To stand firm in faith, just as Elijah did, no matter the challenge? Remember, when you call on the name of the Lord, you are never alone. He hears you, He sees you, and He will answer. Stay blessed and keep your faith strong. God's miracles are just a prayer away.